morning, students. Welcome to the class where we are going to discuss a little more detail about the cell. In our last class, we talked about the discovery of the cell, how the cell was discovered, who discovered it, and if you remember, Robert Hooke was the person who found honeycomb-like compartments in the bark of a tree, which became the cell, later known as cell. Then we discovered that cell is the structural and functional unit of life, and then we also discussed how cells vary in number, size, shape, etc. Going a little more into the detail of the cell, let us now today talk about the structure of the cell in detail. Of the cell. So, we need to understand that the cells may be from the plants, maybe from the animals. Let us discuss basic things that are present in a cell. So, if I consider this as the structure of a cell, let me first just talk about a plant cell. A plant cell has a covering like this, and on top there is another covering known as the cell wall. You see, the plants have to live in the outside, in the environmental, all the disturbances in the environment have to be taken care of, air disturbances, rain, etc. So they need to have a protection, which is by way of the first part, which is known as the cell wall. They have a cell wall which is actually protective in nature. It is protective in nature. This cell wall is made up of a complex carbohydrate which you will be studying in detail later, known as cellulose. And the important part about this cell wall is that it is freely permeable. What do you mean by freely permeable? That it allows all substances to pass through it. Permeable, which will allow it to pass through. The next part is going to be the cell membrane. Cell membrane. Now the cell membrane is actually, if I am going to just rub this so that I have more space over here, the cell membrane is what is known as selectively permeable. What do you mean by selectively permeable? Means it is only going to allow certain substances to pass through it and not allow some of the others to pass through the cell. Inside the cell, you have a jelly-like structure which is known as the cytoplasm. So this is your cytoplasm. If I say cyto basically means cell, and plasm is a fluid-like, jelly-like structure. And inside this cytoplasm, you have lots of things. You have lot of organelles, you have proteins, you have sugar, etc. Now I am saying organelles. Now what is this organelle? Organelle are small organs, as you may say, which are present inside the cytoplasm. So what are those organelles? We are going to discuss. So if I may remove this, we have already seen what we were recapitulating, and now we talk about the various cell organelles. Let us first talk about a very important organelle that is present known as the nucleus. Nucleus is the control center of any cell. It is going to, the nucleus being the control center, let me call it the control center of the cell, and regulates a lot of things that are happening. And the interesting part here is that if I may draw a nucleus over here, it also has a kind of a membrane. And what is this membrane known as? It is known as nuclear membrane. You remember how we called this membrane of the cell, the covering of the cell as cell membrane? Similarly, we call the outside membrane covering of the nucleus as nuclear membrane. And inside, as the cell had cytoplasm, this has what we call as the nucleoplasm. You don't have to get scared with all the names that are going on. It is just very logical. Cytoplasm, that is the cell fluid jelly-like structure that is present. Nucleus, within the nucleus there is a jelly-like fluid-like substance that is present. Now what is present inside the nucleus is very important. What you have inside is the chromatin material. Now what is this chromatin material? Chromatin material is actually a lot of chromosomes that are present. And you must have heard the name genes, not the genes that you wear, but the genes being the hereditary material. If you look like your father, your eyes are like your father, your face cut is like your mother, your hair is like somebody else in the family, it's all going from these genes which are carried from the parents to the offspring. And that is why we say cats are going to give birth to kittens who look like cats only. So it goes on for all organisms that genes are the hereditary material. And where are they present? They are present on the chromosomes. Why do we call them chromatin material? Because when we look at the cell, this looks like a disorganized thread-like structures known as the chromatin material. Apart from that, now let me now come to all other organelles that might be present in the cell. The other organelles that are present in here, we are only right now talking about the plant cell. The plant cell will also have certain organelles known as chloroplast. Let me draw like this. Chloroplast. Actually, in the plant cells, there are 3 types of plastids. The plastids being chloroplast, leucoplast and chromoplast. Chloroplast. Chloroplast is the plastid which contains, let me write it with green pigment known as chlorophyll. The next plastid is leucoplast. Leucoplast is the one which is going to be colorless. It is going to store a lot of starch and other food material. The chromoplast is what gives color to the plant and has colored pigments. Like this has the green pigment, this has the colored pigment. Apart from that, there are many other organelles that might be present, but in a plant cell actually there is a big vacuole that might be present. Now what is this vacuole that I have drawn over here? Vacuole is a structure which is going to now contain lot of sap, food material, etc. And in the plant cells it is really big and occupies most of the space. Other than that, there are organelles like mitochondria. I'm going to draw, although we are not going to discuss much about mitochondria. So mitochondria is there, nucleus, chloroplast, big vacuoles, cytoplasm, mitochondria, which is actually going to provide energy to the cell. This is a typical plant cell. But when we talk about the animal cell, what is the difference? Very simply, the difference is, let me write it over here. The difference is in the animal cell. Of course, in the next class, we are going to talk in detail about the animal cell. But let me tell you, no cell wall is present. No plastids are present. And a smaller vacuole is present. So in this class today, we are just going to discuss what a typical plant cell is like. And on the similar basis with this knowledge, in the next class, we are going to talk about the animal cell in detail. Thank you very much.